Robben vs. Chesterton, Iridescent Brooch, Volume 2. An entertaining novel, quite popular in Fontaine. It tells a story about the thief phantom gentleman, Thomas Robben, and the famous detective Chesterton for this confrontation. Disclaimer: this is a work of fiction. Any similarities to persons living or dead or actual events is purely coincidental. Luckily, the crime scene was not far from my uncle's house, and I dragged my exhausted self back there. He did not react to my return, instead continuing to read at his usual spot, just as always. I imagine that the Steambird's headline tomorrow will be quite a riot. You don't seem worried at all. I hung my coat up, unfastened my collar button, and sank into a comfy spot on the sofa, before giving him all the details of the incident. The explosion was not intended to destroy anything within the mansion, but to cover up a different part of the phantom thief's plan. He was hiding the sound of a clockwork mecha's movement underneath the loud sounds of the explosion. A clockwork mecha? He'd be hard-pressed to escape with something that large, so it must have been ditched somewhere nearby, and we may yet to find some clues off of it. It seems that this Robben is not as clever as Plain. Methinks we shall close the net around him soon. That is no certain thing. Just as the explosion was only used to hide the sound of the clockwork mecha, the mecha itself could also be little more than bait. This is so complicated. I ran my hands through my messy hair. And what about the brooch? It's still in the mansion. My uncle paused for a second. All these tricks point to a single goal, convincing everyone that the brooch is already gone. No one could ever imagine now that the stolen item is actually still on site. After that, all he needs to do is to fabricate some identity that will grant him access to the mansion, in which case he can swipe the brooch without raising any alarms.